Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fabulous Annie Show. I'm your girl, Fabulous Annie. What's up, everyone? Today, you are in for a juicy treat. I'm telling you, a juicy treat. We're going to be talking about deadly love, guys. In actuality, it is dating during the pandemic. It's affecting two-thirds of Americans and so many people all over the world. How can we date during the pandemic when you have face masks, you have a deadly disease, you have social distancing and mandatory quarantine? How is it? Is it possible or is it not? Well, to dissect this juiciness are my colleagues from all over the country. Representing the East Coast is the fine gentleman, Jonathan Bell. And then from the Midwest is my always fabulous and gorgeous Shalynn. Thank you guys for joining us today. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. How are you guys feeling today?
Awesome.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Well, even though there's a pandemic, people are single and ready to mingle. And then some people are bulled up but still ready to mingle. Well, that's another topic for another day. Oh my goodness. Dating is tough. I'm telling you, it is tough. And then in this time of the pandemic, we're going to find out how is it possible or is it not? So join us. Well, to start up, Shalynn, what is dating like before the pandemic?
I would say before the pandemic, dating was a simpler time. You didn't have to keep a distance or wear a mask, and you could just go on dates easily to restaurants or out to the movie theater. So I think dating was pretty nice until this pandemic happened.
Oh my goodness. Come on, Jonathan, you booed up. What is dating like during the pandemic?
Well, it just depends, because if you're with someone, it's harder, because if you're with someone and you have kids, it's hard because you can't leave the kids. And then if you're not with someone, it's also hard because you're far away and you're participating in long distance dating. But the great thing about that is there are a lot of cool tips to help people who are dating long distance. Wow. For example, USA Today has a list of tips that include things like watching a movie with Netflix Party. Wow. So that you both can watch the same thing at the same time. Take walks together virtually. Ooh. So that you can be on FaceTime and walking and showing people things. Sit down for virtual dinner dates. So that you're eating together and watching TV or talking or something like that. And then this is really cool. Okay. Mail handwritten love letters.
Ooh, we're going back in the day.
And the final thing that they have is ditch texting and try voice memos. So instead of typing something out, send a voice memo, and that'll help you stay connected.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. Wow. Shalynn, what do you have? What else do you have for us?
Well, let me hit you with something a little different. So you have long distance dating, but what about dating apps? Tinder and Omegle and Hinge and Bumble, all that fun stuff. So you have all these dating apps. So what if you're like falling in love with someone on Tinder, and what if they turn out to be a catfish? Because during this pandemic, the catfish rates have been increasing because it's so easy to just trick someone into falling in love with you and sending money.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember hearing it on, allegedly Lindsay Lohan's mom got catfished by a guy that she was so fascinated with, and they finally got to meet him, and he was like an old guy or whatever, and he extracted a bunch of money for her. Oh my goodness. That was the story. Oh Lord, wow. That was the story for real. So now that you have done all these, you've gone to on all these apps and everything, and then you're like talking and everything. So what questions do you ask before you actually get to meet your date? Do you guys think?
That's a good question. I would know them. Like, do they have any kids, or what are their favorite hobbies? What do they like to do on their free time? Or just try to know them before you go and meet them.
Wow. Should you ask them if they've taken a COVID test or something?
Well, that's an even better question, because during this pandemic that you never know. Like, you can easily become in contact with someone and they don't even know that they have the virus. So maybe if you're very cautious about it, maybe you can tell them that you would like them to get the test, and you'll get a test, and if it comes back negative, then you go on your date, you know?
Oh my goodness. So you now ask a bunch of questions and stuff, and then Jonathan, what was on your mind? Let's listen and see what's up.
You know, well, and that your question brings to mind another thing. What about booty calls?
Ooh.
Because there are a lot of people that don't have someone in their house, and they have to deal with their needs. And so I think to Shaylynn's point, that needs? Needs, you know, and they're adult. We're all over. Well, they're adult needs, I guess, you could say. But that comes into play. I think it's important when you're meeting people to kind of assess them. And like Shalynn said, if you're thinking about like a booty call, that may be a good thing, because you don't want to die for some booty.
No kidding.
Oh my goodness. I guess what you meant by booty call is, people, after hours meeting up and stuff like that, so that's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
About booty calls. Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Shelly, what were you saying? You were saying something, Shelly.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just going to bring up the matter of fact of what, like, instead of like booty calls, let's transition to like dating ideas. What do you do during the pandemic?
Oh wow, that's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. I wonder, what do you do like now that all the restaurants are closed, the bars are closed, and what else again? You can't eat in fine dine, so you have to be creative, Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can do movies at home. You can buy like little projectors from Amazon and do a movie night, or wine night with your booty call.
and that's the great thing in this. Before now, your takeout options were often limited, but now that restaurants are closing and things like that, and can't have people, more restaurants are offering takeout, so you can now possibly get your favorite meal from your favorite restaurant that previously didn't own or operate that way.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. How do you keep it sexy? Like now you go, you go on dates. You have, when you decide, okay, I'm going to go on a date. How do you keep it sexy with all these places all closed down? So how do we do that? With all these places closed down, the barbershop, the wax place.
You have to do it at home. You have to do it at home. There's with your home wax kits, your razors, all that other stuff. You have to find a way to keep it sexy. Most definitely.
Your $5 nail kits. Go get your nails.
Yeah, get you some wigs, some nice wigs too. And everything, and then, or maybe I don't know, the waxing one threw me off in a little. Do we really have to wax this stuff?
Right.
Yeah, but that's that is awesome. Having all this information. Do you guys think the side chicks, the mixed race game has gone down? Has this pandemic made relationships stronger? Now that you don't just have like a quickie, but you have to really get to know somebody over the phone, the apps and everything. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think with regard to relationships, especially marriages, it's been reported that divorce has gone up, but according to Brad Wilcox, actually a sociologist at the University of Virginia, he says that based on the data he's analyzed from the states themselves, divorce has actually gone down during the pandemic.
Wow, that is awesome. That's awesome. Well, fabulous friends, this is all that we can do today. Why the pandemic has made dating difficult? It hasn't made dating impossible. So, fabulous friends, go out and find love. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all my wonderful guests, Jonathan and Shalynn, for hanging out with us, and to my fabulous friends all around the world. I always like to say, stay blessed and always be fabulous. Till next time, bye for now.